Okay, Mataji, you can start, please. Sorry.
Actually, this points only for me. I took for my sadhana. For improving my sadhana, just I will share. Hare Krishna. Text 10 I picked. One should always think of Krishna and not forget him, even for a moment. That's important. And actually, for Ashtanga Yogi, they will concentrate their mind to see Paramatma. But we also at a chant, our mind should be focused on Krishna or Japa, what we tell. So for that, we should not hanker after unnecessary material things that entangles us by feeling of possession. Like a lot of thinking goes if we are too much desire of material things, or we have to buy this, that. Likewise, so we should not unnecessarily hanker for the material things. That I understood. Then the Krishna and the Prabhupada used Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Anasaktasya Vishayan Yataham. That verse is very nice. He compared the Krishna conscious person and the yogi. Actually, Krishna conscious person uses everything for Krishna's service, so he doesn't feel that is the things are his things. He doesn't have the possessiveness. So everything belongs to Krishna. But the yogi, they reject everything to focus. So they reject everything. In that case, they are like the Palgu Vairaga river. Palgu river looks dry. When we dig, the water comes. Similarly, this yogi's heart, they may look, they give up everything. That's what Krishna told the two Rudra and yoga, two types of yoga. When you are in the beginning stage, you have to continue your prescribed duty. Afterwards, only you have to give up. There are some people, they may be quickly jumping to meditation things. So the yogis, they have desire within them, like a Palkoirag. So Krishna conscious person is the perfect yogi because he knows everything, so he doesn't possess anything with him. Then 11 and 12 verses. That is for me. I understood that this Kali Yuga only chanting is the only way to attain Krishna. This Ashtanga Yoga and all difficult. And then verse 13 and 14. By doing Krishna conscious, we can be fearlessness. And also these yogis, they do for the freedom from the material existence, but now modern people are doing that mystic power. They want to show up to the world. They are mystic. It's not right. That Ashtanga Yogi also, they have to do it only for the material freedom from the material existence. Then 16th verse, this is very important. I realized. 16th verses, whatever we eat, we should offer to Krishna. Like we should not eat for our sense pleasure. We should not cook for whatever we like. First, we have to offer to Krishna. Otherwise, we are eating only sin. Like this. So this is very important. First time when I read the Bhagavad Gita, I got fear. After that, Mataji's advice, I started how to offer food and all. So this verse is really important. I felt also the keeping also Prabhupada tells we should not sleep more than 6 hours, and he has given examples of acharyas. They didn't sleep. Srila Rupa Goswami acharyas. Yeah, Srila Rupa Goswami fully engaged himself in Krishna consciousness. Only 2 hours a day only he slept. Also, Thakura Haridasha also, he spent most of the time chanting. So they are very good examples. We have to follow them. We are, I'm in the level is 0.1 level. So we have to follow the acharyas and we have to improve our chanting.
That's for everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Everyone level is different. My level is low. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Then verse 18 is Ambrisha Maharaj. He engaged all the senses. This in the past also we saw this Ambrisha Maharaj examples. He engaged all the senses mind in the Krishna service. Then the spare example is it's really encouraging us if we if we do our best, our bhakti, our sadhana bhakti, Krishna will, with determination, if we do our sadhana bhakti, Krishna will help us to progress. That's a sparrow example. Then, Krishna conscious person's vision. He says, we are servant. We are thinking we are enjoying, we are the master of everything. The house also. I mean, the head of the family, he thinks I'm the master. Everybody, based on their age, they will feel their, even office also boss. But we are everybody's servant. If you are in the spiritual, we are covered up the spiritual energy. I mean, we are serving Krishna. If we are in the material energy, we are sense gratification. We are doing either way, we are servant of Krishna. That is very important. We are not a master. We have to serve Krishna. So better we can serve Krishna, not serving our senses. Krishna conscious person says he sees everything in Krishna, and he sees in everything Krishna. He sees everything in Krishna. He sees everywhere Krishna. So nothing exists without Krishna, like this. So Krishna consciousness means Krishna is the Lord of everything. We have to accept it. And the Krishna consciousness development of love of Krishna. Well, we don't know. Just we in the beginning, what is Krishna conscious? Krishna conscious means what's a Krishna conscious means? We have to work on it to develop love for Krishna. That I understood. And 32 Prabhupada gives the difference between the we actually we are having distress in the material world because we forgot the Krishna. We will be happy if we think Krishna is the master, enjoyer, proprietor of everything, and he's a sincere, it means a sincerest friend of all the living entities. If we think that we are a happiness, we get happiness by serving him. So distresses we are forgetting because we want to enjoy, we are thinking master. That's the reason distress is happening. If we servant feel and serve, then we won't. We will get happiness. We are servant like this. Then Prabhupada gives difference between the Ashtanga Yogi and Krishna conscious person. I mean, Krishna conscious person is the best, he tells, because they serve the society, the welfare of the society. They awaken every individual. I mean, for example, in the ISKCON, we can see who are all coming to temple, they will encourage the people to come to Krishna consciousness, hour of the God. But the yogi, they do the things for the personal elevation only. So the Krishna conscious person is the best yogi. Hare Krishna, thank you. This is what my understanding. I took points. It's good for my sadhana to improve. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Very nicely shared all the important points. There were so many verses we took, right? So there were several points, I'm sure. Like, but you have summarized all the major points, right? So thank you very much. Anybody else?
The purpose was very good.
Yeah, all the purpose are really nice, actually. Anyone else want to share something for verse 10 to 22? Maybe key points or some realizations.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
In one sense, I happened to hear one lecture where it was said, like, for us, Bhagavad Gita is chapters and there are titles. But when it happened in real time, it was a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. He was imparting knowledge as a benefactor who was trying to make Arjuna understand. So I felt like he was giving progress now, like from one thing next to another. So for a person who was very much into materialistic desires, for them to become regulated, they need the karma yoga. And then once they are regulated in their habits, once they are toned down from being a wild animal, they can start realizing the self. That will be the second step to go. Like, you're not this body, you're this soul. You have to understand that you cannot associate yourself with your false ego. So probably that's where the Ashtanga Yoga part comes in the process of bhakti, wherein a person who's fully egoistic and thinks that everything happens around them, the world revolves around them, for them a step to take to surrender to someone else as a master could be difficult immediately.
Right.
So when they first start dissociating and coming out of the idea that the world does not revolve around them, like there is so much more, there is someone else who's controlling, then once they attain this knowledge and they're able to curb down their materialistic desires, it is easier for them to maybe, if they are blessed, they can get into the path of bhakti. But like people who cut down desires, they I think Prabhupada often like emphasizes that a Krishna conscious person is better because it is harder to curb material desires. But even like the comparison that happens, a materialistic person also eats, but a Krishna conscious person also eats, but they eat prasadam. So to hone a person from that wild animal state to their actual constitutional position as the jiva that is surrendered unto Krishna, that process is what makes this position higher, I feel, Prabhuji, because all this explanation he gives is to gear Arjuna towards not doing akarma or vikarma, but to perform his karma without the attachment, if we look at the situation at that point in time. So this was what I felt, Prabhuji. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Nice addition, Srimad. I like that one. This we can apply to our own. Lakshmi Mata, you said to our sadhana and our bhakti process also. Right? Yeah. So, and like, thank you, Aruna Mataji, for joining after a long time.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Just I
Hare
came
Krishna.
from India recently.
Yeah, I came to know, no problem.
Yeah.
Now we are like, how we are doing is, we are deciding the shlokas for the next week, and then everybody tries to study them and bring out the main points that struck them or that may be useful for all of them, all of us, right? And then in the next class, we share those points with each other. Like this, we the study. So,
Yeah. Very nice way. Yeah.
thank you for joining. Okay, Simon Mataji, you want to add something? You get some time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
I
Today
guess-
I won't be able to join actually.
Yeah,
I didn't anything. From next week I will be able
no
to
problem.
participate properly.
No problem, no problem.
Sorry,
I
Prabhuji.
understand. No issues. Okay, so now we have some time, right? So let me share something that I found very interesting from the purports or from the even the translation, right, that Srila Prabhupada has given, right? Because you all know, right? I like to note the points on the slides, so I'm just sharing the slides. Okay. Why I do this is like because of course this can be used afterwards also, and when you write down the key points, you maybe remember them. That's why I do like this. Okay, so what we have done 1 to 10, right? So Krishna says you don't have to renounce, you don't have to become sannyasi. Because Arjuna was saying, I want to renounce, right, and go to the forest. So Krishna is telling, no, you don't have to do that. Actual, what is renunciation? Renunciation is actually giving up the results of the work, or giving up the whatever you do, give up the karma further. Right? So that is what he's saying. That is proper sannyas. So you do whatever you are doing and whatever your dharma, whatever your ashram, you do those activities. But don't be attached to the results. Then you are a proper sannyasi. Right? It's not easy, right? To you do all the activities and give up the attachment to results. So sannyasi, what they do, they give up all the activities based on the um, some desires. Right? They only work for the God and nothing else. So all their activities are mostly for God consciousness, helping people to come to God consciousness. Right? But Arjuna's stage, his soldier, is not advised to do that. Why? Because his heart is not so pure. Right? So in the first 10 verses, Krishna tells like to do this yoga, what we say Ashtanga yoga, is also not that everybody can take it. It's not that way. To do that also, you need some qualification, right? So he says, give attachment to the results, like that is Nishkam Karma Yoga. Right? So what happens when you give up the attachment? Actually, you purify your heart. So you don't desire the things. That slowly becomes less and less. So Krishna explained Aru Ruksha and Yoga Road stage, right? Yoga Road is the person who has practiced this yoga nicely. And then 6.5, and from there, Krishna starts talking about mind. Right? So because doing Ashtanga yoga is all about controlling the mind and the senses, right? Or using the mind to control the senses and getting detached from the external activities and going inside and meditation. Right? So there Krishna stands like you have to use your mind. You can use it if you properly apply your intelligence. Right? So then Krishna goes on explaining how to do that, right? To different stages like yoga root and mumuruksha stage. Then he tells of yoga. Person who is not pure, still not pure, he has to do the work. By working, he will get purified, his heart. But who has already attached it, or who has already attained that stage, right? For him, what he suggests, okay, you give up the activities. So for sannyasi also, it's not that anybody can become sannyasi. No, you have to attain a stage of purity of heart. Then you can give up the activities. It's not suddenly you should give up. Right? So you need a vision to see equal everyone. Right? Otherwise, even if in sannyas stage, you will be struggling. Right? So, like from 6.10 actually to 6.32, Krishna explains about the yoga practice, right? How you should do this Ashtanga yoga. So he explains about the process to do it, how you should see it, how you should meditate, uh, how your mind should be focused. All this is the process, right? And then by 15, right, he explains the process. Then there is description how you should meditate. Right? It is what is it? It's a process of meditation that Krishna is telling. Right? So Krishna given not so many details, but at least he's explaining how what you should do and what you should not do. It tells like you should think straight, your neck should be straight, and then you should not be fear, and you should practice everything, and then you focus on your heart. Right? So Krishna is telling you focus on your heart, and then by this you will attain a stage where uh, you will be like what? You will not be attracted by the objects, the sense objects for enjoyment. And when you are not attracted by them, then actually you break the chain or break the connection with the material world. So that stage actually is realization of Brahman, right? Because in Brahman, what is there? There is no activity, but in Brahman, there is absence of the miseries. Right? So when we are detached from the objects, then we are actually in the stage of Brahman, because we feel happiness, we feel peace. Then further Krishna from 16, he goes more deep, right? So Brahman is one type of realization, right? But there is further, you have to go further in that, right? Because that meditation does not finish there. So then he says, what you should do once you reach that stage, should not stop. You should go further, right? Because till now, what he has told is okay, just uh, remove the bondage of this world. But your activities are going on, right? So then he says, okay, how your activities should be, how much you should sleep, how much you should eat, how you should walk. All this is explaining. And the main word here is regulated in both the verses 16 and 17. This Krishna is taking regulated life. So he's not telling give up. What he's saying, everything should be yukta or controlled. So your sleeping, your recreation, your walking, everything should be in a regulated manner. So that is our responsibility, right? So what Krishna is giving some guideline that too much sleep, not good. Less sleep, not good. Too much walking, too much sleeping, too much anything too much not good. Anything too little not good. It should be balanced. So Krishna is talking about work-life balance, right? Here. So here work is what? Meditation uh, on the self and detachment from the object. That is the work. And for what? For that, how you should live the life. That is Krishna telling, right? So work-life balance is not something concept newly brought. It's the old concept that is reinvented and presented, right? So it's actually what Krishna is telling, right? So you should have the balanced life. And so there is one concept, right? How much you should eat. So you should not eat full or not less. So there is some measurement like, okay, your stomach should be half filled with food, 1/4 should be water, 1/4 should be free for the air to move so that the digestion can take place. So we are not supposed to eat full. That's why our parents used to tell, right? Uh, if you are going to be full by 4 chapatis, then you eat 3.5, right? So that half should be empty. Water should be there. So water Ayurveda said, well, don't eat. Don't drink during eating, right? So there are rules, right, for everything. And Krishna is not uh, ignoring those rules. He's in fact telling, make your life regulated and balanced. Follow those rules, right? So there are rules. And one advantage of following these rules and processes actually you become healthy, right? And you are energetic. And in that stage, you can do yoga. So when he says you have to sit erect, how you should sit. Nowadays, it's very difficult for us to sit in a straight position for 5 to 10 minutes because we are not used to it. We either sit on chair or we are with the phone, sitting always with the phone or something, right? So maybe those who practice chanting, the sitting at one place, they may be able to do it. But otherwise, it's very difficult to sit straight, look straight. We are not. If you see any videos of Srila Prabhupada, you see how Srila Prabhupada used to walk. His neck is always straight. There's very rarely any video where Srila Prabhupada's neck is or he's looking down. No, he's mostly looking straight and up, with straight back and straight neck. So while walking also, Srila Prabhupada practicing this yoga, just not sitting. Right? So that's how Srila Prabhupada applied this. Right? Very perfect example. Right? So afterwards you can see videos. You'll enjoy that. So then he tells, like, in this situation, what you should do. you should fix your, then because you are attend the detachment from the objects, right? So then you focus on the self. And how to focus, right? So giving up the objects is one thing. Okay. So I want to eat something. That is, I give up that desire is one thing, but I also give up the means to attain that. So you have to give up that object, you have to give desire for that object, and you have to give up the process to attain that object. So that Krishna is telling, right? So this fixed consciousness, he's telling, is giving example of wind, windless place. And when your consciousness is fixed like this, on the self, so the interesting part, like Ashtanga Yoga, is like you are not attached to objects. The mind is completely focused on self. So mind's function is what actually it is thinking, willing, achieving this mind function. But we have stopped those, right? So mind is actually not working. But we still have not realized the Atma. So what will happen, right? How you will sense yourself. So the Paramatma helps you. Your Paramatma helps you to understand who you are. So Krishna in verse 20 to 23 explains this, right? Like how Paramatma comes into picture. And here actually the yogi gets the Paramatma realization. So in 15 or 16, it was like Brahman realization, when you detach. And then when you stop the mind, activities of the mind, not mind, the activities of the mind. Then Paramatma realization comes. And when the Paramatma realization comes, then what happens? Then you start looking everything and everywhere Krishna, Paramatma, not Krishna, Paramatma. And then you look everything with equal vision. So you have to remain, Krishna is saying you have to remain in that state of consciousness. So the mind will be giving problems. So again he's telling, okay, mind will start working. So you don't succumb to it. You just bring it under control. So in that stage, actually, you are above this material world, because you are not feeling misery, but you are feeling happiness and peacefulness. And in this stage, if you engage your mind in continuously focusing on the self, then we understand that, okay, what is my nature, what is the nature of Paramatma, and the Paramatma present in everybody's body. And then you can look and you can realize that, right? The Paramatma is in everybody's body. So you see how everything is equal, not from the body, but from the essence, right? And then in this stage, actually, you do bhakti. So here he is saying in 31st verse, right? Important is he's saying worship of super soul. So worship of Paramatma. How it is done? It is done by devotional service. So it's like hearing, chanting. And then you realize the Bhagavan. Then the yogi will understand who is Bhagavan. So Krishna says in 30 verse, right? Then if you see everything equally, then you will understand that I and Paramatma is the same. And so here Krishna gives the personal touch. So this stage now, Krishna is telling that, okay, now you get the Bhagavan realization. So in Ashtanga Yoga also you can reach to different stages of realization, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. But to realize Bhagavan, you have to do devotional service. You have to serve the Super Soul, worship the Super Soul. How? By the devotional service. And then only you will get the Bhagavan realization. So this way, I think Krishna is taking the discussion to, because he's telling you go within. And when you go within, you understand Brahman, then you understand Paramatma, then you understand the origin of Paramatma, and then you focus on origin of Paramatma, and then you worship that origin. Then you realize the ultimate Bhagavan or Krishna. So this is a not long, but it's a very deep process of meditation and realization. And it is done over a long period of time, right? So old times, the Ashtanga yogis used to meditate for 10,000 years or something like that. So it's a long process and it takes time to achieve that. But Krishna is saying, yeah, this is possible. But here the main point is every time is mind. So everything depends on mind. If you make mind your friend, then it is possible, right? So here is the trick. Now Krishna is telling this process that control the mind by intelligence, stop the activity of mind, but it's not so easy. Because Krishna told that in 26 words he tells, the mind will wander, it will go here and there. Bring it back, bring it back. So Krishna is telling them. So in that way, Krishna is telling that even if you attain the realization of Paramatma, still it will be difficult. You will face the challenges of the mind. So this gives trigger to the next question. Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam asthiram. So Krishna is saying the mind is chanchal, mind is asthir. It is not fixed. It is chanchal. Chanchal means flickering means what? It goes. It cannot be steady at one place. So Krishna is himself telling achalam, chanchalam, and astiram. Then he says tatas tato niyam yaita. Niyam yaita means regulated. Regulated niyam. Niyam means what? Rule. So niyam means regulate. Atmani eva vasham nayet. So bring it under the control of Atma. Atma means here self. So in your control, bring it in your control. So here Krishna is telling, acknowledging the fact that mind is chanchalam and astiram. So these two words that Krishna put, and Arjuna being at this stage also, though Arjuna is a fighter, but he is still practiced all these things, right? Means this, all this Ashtanga yoga and all jnana, all this he has already done. And then he's doing his dharma. So Krishna is not going into details of everything, yama, niyama, asana, no. He's just telling, okay, this is how you should do. So because he knows Krishna, Arjuna has understanding of this, all these things. So Krishna is going overview. But now Arjuna asked, like, okay, you asked me to work, then you tell about the Ashtanga Yoga, we should go into that place. But that does not apply to him, right? Because he is not yogi and he cannot go. But before that, he asked this question, this trigger point is 26, Chanchalam Astiram. So, like, from the next verse, actually, is Arjuna's question, I think, right? Three. Yeah, so next, from next, Arjuna will ask the question about mind. So, if you are saying that it is Chanchalam or it is Astiram, so one way you said, like, okay, just bring it under control. How to give that? So those discussions will start from the next verse, right? From the third verse. So we can do like 33rd to last end of the chapter next time. But I think these were the interesting points, and one more point that I liked very much is verse 8. Let's say I have written it here on my time. This point. The satisfied by spiritual teachings and realizations. So spiritual teachings, like Srila Prabhupada says, the person or the yogi is satisfied, fully satisfied with the knowledge that he has and the realization through that knowledge. Then you can control the senses or you can become equal, right? So you have to be satisfied with what you have. This is a type of, like, what we say in the latest terms, like mindfulness. You are satisfied with what you have and you are happy with it, and you don't think that something more is required. So this line, right, satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization, such a person is situated in transcendence and self-control. He sees everything. So then 8 and 9 Krishna gives the difference. It's not only the stones and pebbles and gold to be same, but he goes much deeper. That a person can see objects same, but a person who sees the living being as same is a perfect yogi. Is much advanced because uh, innate matter, it's possible to see same. But when there is motion, variation, it's difficult to see. So living beings, if you are able to see the living beings is same, then you are much higher. Uh, So Krishna is not giving an idealistic philosophy or an explanation, right, where he's not acknowledging this mind or he's not saying that, oh, if your mind is not controlled, it's your problem. No, he acknowledges everything, that it will not be easy, it will be problematic, and maybe you have spiritual knowledge, but you are not satisfied. Or maybe you are satisfied, but you are not able to see every people, each people with same thing. And one more point is desire is one thing and means to achieve that desire. So both things we should consider. And how we get trapped, right? I have a lot of experience that I know the philosophy, but realization also I have a little bit, but I still succumb to the situations around me. Right? So that is the problem. When the situations are good, I am happy. If situations are against negative, I am also suffering. So this is a problem. That means I am not still, I don't have steady mind. I get distracted by the situations around me. So I need practice, right? So of course, like you all mentioned, a devotee is different from Ashtanga yoga. But for devotee also, when we say devotee engaged everything in the service of the Lord, what? Mind, body, and intelligence. But are we doing that? Is our whole body, is our whole mind, intelligence, and our whole time we are applying for Krishna's service? I don't know. In my case, at least no. I'm doing so many other activities in which I don't remember Krishna many times. Right? So I cannot say that I am doing this 100%, and that is the reason I get disturbed. Right? That is the cause of my getting distraction from bhakti and getting frustrated or getting angry because I am not fully committed or fully focused. Right? So I understand that Ashtanga yoga is fine, but we easily say that devotee is better than yogi, but that is also not so easy. What Krishna tells, or Srila Prabhupada writes, is a devotee who is fully surrendered. I am not, right? So I will face the challenges. So maybe I may be doing bhakti part, chanting or hearing, but I should also practice this yama, niyama, and regulated life, regulated eating, sleeping. I should follow this because I'm not at the stage of a yogi who is realized. No, I don't have that much realizations. I'm not satisfied with what realizations I have. I need much more things. Right. So I am still not in my pure heart. So okay, my situation is not like that. So I will practice like uh, proper sitting and all. If you see, if you hear one of the Srila Prabhupada's japa, he's chanting, and in between he says, sit properly. Srila Prabhupada says to somebody there, sit properly. So what Srila Prabhupada says, the sitting posture is important. You cannot sit relaxed and all and do chanting. So whenever I hear that you sit properly, that means I should be alert. So when you sit properly, straight leg, straight back, actually you become alert. That gives an indication to the mind that something important is happening. But you have just relaxed and taken your phone. Then mind comes out, it's just a relaxed. So, but if you sit properly, in proper place for chanting, then The mind is alert. Mind knows that something important is coming and I should focus. Right. So I think at least for my stage, okay, I thought, okay, I should practice all this with a regulator, with the mind, uh, and asking us also, so that I can be alert. Okay, I think this is what I understood from this first 32 verses, right? And what can applied in our sadhana bhakti. So thank you very much. I will stop here. If any questions or comments, then please, we have some time. Okay, if no comments or questions for today's lesson, then maybe for next time we will go from 43 to 47, right? So it's overviews, like it's the Arjuna asks the question about the mind, then Krishna tells how to do that. And then Arjuna again asks, but there may be a case when you start but you give up. What happens in that case? At the end, Krishna summarizes and makes a base for the next discussion, right? Because okay, you are understanding Bhagavad. Okay, so that's a different stage. Okay, but then after that, what that Krishna uh, introduces in 46 and 47, who is the perfect or the topmost yogi, right? So I think we can have this 33 to 47 next time, and then we enter into the Bhakti Yoga part from the next chapter. Is it okay to go to from 33 to 47?
Hare Krishna, is it okay to ask one question?
Yeah, no problem.
The verse 30, the translation is, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. This, my understanding, I want to practically use this in my life, because very important. I mean, for example, if when we go for a walk here and there, drivers are there. If it may be very beautiful. Sunset we see it sometimes very beautiful. Or somewhere very big tree, some nature, beautiful nature. If we see how Krishna's energy it is, we can think of Krishna. Even there are dogs. The people take their dogs for going for walking. We can see the dog. It's nice, but the Krishna is inside with Paramatma within the dog also. Only he's not like us talking. Is it what way we can use it in practical life, this verse? Is it right what I'm thinking?
Yeah, of course. Like, see, I was telling, like, we get disturbed, right, by the situations around us. And why Krishna is saying that if you can see your enemy, your friend, your well-wisher, everybody with same vision, right? That means you can see the existence of Paramatma in all this, right? Then you are not disturbed. But what is our situation? Because we are not able to see that, or we have not realized that. We get disturbed by the situation. I also get disturbed so many times by the same things, not new things. I get distracted by the same situations, same circumstances, same actions. I get disturbed with. People may be different, but many times people are also same. I get disturbed. And at that moment, actually, I am supposed to apply this, right? What Krishna is telling, that uh, you should see everything with the same vision. Same visions means what? Man, woman, everybody is same, not like that. The existence of our Paramatma is the same. That part you should. But I'm not at that stage. I don't have that realization. And that is why I'm not satisfied in the 8 words. Right? So I'm having all these problems, right? So one of the thing is, okay, if you can always remember Krishna and see Krishna everywhere, that's very good. But if you cannot, right, by the situation, carried away by the situation, if you cannot, that also you should understand that, oh, I am not able to see Krishna everywhere. I am not able to remember Krishna every time. So that also is acknowledgement of Krishna. Okay, that I cannot do what Krishna instructs me to do. So that way also I am remembering Krishna, right? So one way is to analyze yourself in those situations, practically what you are doing. So many times it happens that half day, one day, complete day passes away, and you don't know what you have done full day and why you have done some actions, why you were angry, why you write some mail, why you write some message, why you scolded somebody. Many times we don't know. We just do those actions. So we should practice this meditation, right? That after every 2 hours or 3 hours, take a break. What is that break? Is actually regulated, right? Take a break, reset yourself, align yourself to Krishna. That okay, what I am doing is for Krishna's service or not. Okay, if I'm not doing that, how I can do that? So by remembering about this also, actually we connect. So directly it may not be possible, but we have to at least analyze our activities and try to find or not, or try to realize, not find, try to realize our own situation. This way, practically, you can apply this, and it may sound negative that you cannot apply this, but I say if you cannot apply this, that is also acknowledgement of Krishna, that I cannot remember Krishna. But still, when you say this sentence, I'm not able to remember Krishna. Still, you are saying Krishna, right? So you are remembering. So acknowledging the failure, acknowledging not to remember Krishna is also remembering Krishna. Right? So that both way it's happening, but that consciousness we have to maintain, right? So for that we have to keep resetting ourselves. I hope that gives some help or answers your question.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Very clear. I mean, our level can understand. Yes, we are not in that level. Actually, I may be having the fear. If we like the dog, okay, we can think Krishna is inside. So it is like even butterfly, we see Krishna's creation, Krishna's inside. That's what beautiful. But at the same time, if we see there's some unknown people fear, some people maybe like nice looking, some people we have inside fear. So we want to see Paramatma is inside with them. We never see equal. That so means level is down too low, because the dog won't harm, butterfly won't harm, so we love to see.
Yeah.
We like but the people I'm having fear to accept others. That may be the reason. That's all high level, the high level to see equal.
That's what Krishna tells in verse 9, right? If you can see enemies, everything same, then you are much higher level. And we cannot do that, means we are not at that level. So we are still on the innate matter level, right? So we have to meditate, we have to improve. That's the only thing.
From low level growing up. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
That's okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you very much. So next week we'll see 6:33 to 6:47, and that is very interesting because it's what we face every day and every second of the question from Arjuna. And there the answer is also there in those verses. So let us study that and bring some nice points and realizations which can help all of us, right? Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.